Welcome to Be Beyond Borders. Today we're talking about sports and more specifically about football. I actually played football when I was 18 for about a year. Yeah, it was totally embarrassing. Nothing to do with the level of our guests.
So my name is Ouissem. I am a Frenchman and I was born in the south of France and I currently live in London.
I've heard that you're really into football, so can you tell us a bit how it all started?
Sure, so football is a massive part of my life. I started football when I was 8. When I was 12, I had the chance to join the Toulouse Football Club football academy. In parallel, I had the chance to join the Tunisia national team because that's where my parents are originally from. And at age 19, I went to the States and I played for the Colorado Rapids of Denver.
Wow, so you really played football beyond borders. Can I ask, what does that phrase mean to you?
So playing football beyond borders for me is the people you play with. Playing for Tunisia was a massive beyond border for me because at the end of the day I was born and raised in France, but I was playing for a national team of a country that I never lived in. So that was definitely an interesting challenge.
What would you say are the best things about playing football beyond borders?
The best thing are everything you learn from a football perspective is everything you learn from different tactics or techniques from different countries.
How about some of the challenges that you faced, like moving around, playing in all these different countries?
Football is a team sport, so you have to fit in. You have to speak the language, you have to understand the culture, and when you do that during your teenage years, it could be a pretty steep learning curve.
So based on all your experiences playing football in different countries, would you say that football and sports in general contributes to bringing down borders?
1,000,000%. I will always remember I was 16 when I did a tournament in Northern Ireland called the Mill Cup, and we had football teams from all around the world. Like we played against an Argentinian team, we played against a Japanese team, and at the end it was great to be able to chat to these guys. I mean, we shared the same passion, so although it was difficult to communicate, we still were understanding each other, and that's priceless.
How did your career end?
So at age 20, I suffered so I broke my metatarsal twice in about 3 months' time, and from that point I could not run the way I used to or jump as high as I used to. And football is one of these sports where if you are not 100%, you cannot play professionally.
So since then, what happened? What have you done?
So my career ended in the States, and because I've always been a big fan of trying new experiences, I wanted to live in another country, and that's when I moved to the UK. So I moved to London and I studied there. Then I worked in the corporate world, and about 3.5 years ago I started my own business, and I managed to combine my experience as a sportsman and my experience in the corporate world to create a sports consultancy business. And now we help professional football players to prepare for life after sport.
Tell us your plans for the future. What's next for Ouissem?
So what's next is, obviously I'm going to be focusing on growing my business that I'm extremely passionate about. I've been living in London for 10 years, and that's quite a lot of time. So I feel like it's time for a new challenge. And my eyes are set on Spain actually, so I will be moving to Barcelona this year.
Wow, congratulations!
Thank you.
So as you're about to move to yet another country, tell us where or what is home for you?
To me, home, although is a singular word, it should be a plural word, because you can have different cities, different countries can hold different pieces of your soul, of your identity. So to me, home is where the good memories are. And what I mean by that is, I was born and raised in Aix-en-Provence. Whenever I go back there, a part of me will always feel like this is home. I've been living 10 years in London. London will always be home in my head. And just to give you a parallel, my experience in the States didn't go that great because that's where my career ended. So although I've got memories there, because they're not great memories, the US doesn't feel like home to me. And I have a feeling that Spain will feel like home in a few years.
There are a lot of people who might be interested in leading a similar life and traveling and living abroad and combining their passion of sports and travel together. Do you have any tips for them?
Yes. So what I would suggest to everyone is to go beyond borders is first and foremost to go beyond your inner borders. So the challenges are within yourself, so be prepared to be able to challenge yourself. Life is not meant to be easy because easy is boring.
How do people keep in touch with you or learn more about what you're doing, your business and all this exciting stuff?
Yes, so we are on Instagram, so our Instagram is OnTrack Sports.
So there you have it. One more way to connect with people from all over the world. Sports. This was Solène Anglaret, bidding you goodbye and happy travels.
Thank you for letting me be myself again.
Good. Ready to go?
I was born ready.